ever experienced a spark in your life? This could be an idea that hit you, or just this aliveness that just took over. It could be while going to a festival, or meeting a very special person, and it just left you feeling this spark. Well, let me tell you, I started creating an episode on YouTube every day since the beginning of this year. And ever since, I really feel that very naturally, I receive these sparks of inspiration constantly now. It's like I put myself in that environment like, hey, I'm here. I'm open to, be this open channel, and ready to spread out whatever wants to come out. And all these ideas and sparks that just come to me, overflowing me in a very good way, making me feel so alive. And yesterday I was talking about the same kind of like idea, but not as specific as the spark itself. I was more talking about, like answer the call. And today I really want to talk about the spark. And I think most of us have experienced a spark when it comes to a connection with someone. And last time I felt a connection with someone on a more romantic level was like 1.5 months ago. I went to Tulum to meet one of my friends who was visiting from the Netherlands. She has a condo in Playa del Carmen, and that's actually how I met her. Long story short, she went straight from Playa there, and so I met her there. And I've been there before. It's like this beautiful location where they do salsa classes and open dance every Tuesday. And as you enter, you first have these cute little markets, places. So vendors, they sell all of their own stuff that they usually handmade. And then as you enter the space, you have all these food trucks, which is so cute, and tables where you can sit, and then there's this huge dance floor. And so I honestly just went to see her. It was a beautiful way to, do some, I love dancing. So to have a beautiful dance and meet my friend, and I noticed, and this is like an inside joke, but I noticed, and I don't go out that often, but a lot of times when you go to those salsa places, um, like the not very attractive men tend to go there. And I always joke like, okay, this is their chance to have a beautiful night and dance with beautiful girls, because usually you just say yes, you just dance with everybody. And so I did that too. But the whole night I felt like nobody was really speaking to my energy, to the way I love to dance. There was no real spark in the dance. And I had in the past experienced a guy that I wasn't really attracted to, but when we danced, there was a spark and it was amazing. And so I'm very open-minded about dancing and really enjoying, that energy, and learning a few new things because I'm not an expert yet. Um, at a certain moment, we went to get some drinks. So as I ordered, I looked around and I saw this guy, and he was with his friend. And I'm like, wow, this is the first attractive guy that I see here that is single, like that clearly is there, not with a girl. I don't check out guys that are with a girl, so I wouldn't even notice. So anyway, he was clearly single, standing there with his friend, and before I knew it, he asked me to dance because I literally just said to my friend like, "Hey, it's getting late. I'm gonna head back home after this song." And I was actually already saying goodbye when he was there, and I'm like, "Okay, I can't say no to this guy." And so we danced, and not only was there clearly a spark physically, there was also a spark on the dance floor. And right after the song, I told him like, I'm gonna go home now. He's like, "Oh no." I said, "Yeah, it's getting late." And yeah, I was traveling back by myself. I was like, "No, I'm not gonna make it too late." So he offered to bring me to the front door, and we exchanged Instagram, and that was it. He was from Italy. He was traveling to meet a friend. So for me, it's like, if he doesn't live here, it doesn't really make sense for me to get to know him, right? I have had my own, how do you call that? My own experience with that. And for me, long distance is not really what I'm looking for. So anyway, I just left it as that. The funny thing is, this is just an inside info. I actually had contact with him this week, which is why I was thinking about him when I was thinking about the spark, because one of my friends, she added me into her story on Instagram the other day as I was dancing on Groove, and and I reposted it on my stories. So only my friends could see it, and he saw it, and then he was like, "Hey, where are you at?" And so we kind of connected. But long story short, spark. So that spark, the spark found me because I showed up. The spark found me because I was willing to put myself out there. I was dancing, and it isn't that I was really looking for the spark. I was just looking for nothing really. I was just having a beautiful time with strangers on a dance floor because dance itself is so amazing. But because I put myself out there, the spark found me. And I'm not saying that the spark is always a person, because right now I'm experiencing it with me just doing this. I put the camera on, I'm just talking. It is me having a nice walk and thinking, what do I want to create today? And the spark just hits me. It's like, talk about me, talk about this energy that people can really um, start connecting with, start having that union with, by just showing up. And for me, it was all about doing the things that I never prioritized: dancing, creating art, making time available in my calendar to do new stuff like my fashion course that I started last year. All these things, all those creative little endeavors, because I think dancing is creative too, has led me to be more available for that spark. And now it is filling me up with so much joy and excitement for life. Like that feeling that you had when you like someone, that feeling of, oh my God, the sparks, the I could almost call it little butterflies, the flirtiness, because that's what happened. That day after, I actually had my fashion class and I was there early morning, and I told the teacher, like, I'm so tired because I went dancing last night, and my God, it was so worth it. And I was on this cloud because of the experience of how much fun I had, not with just meeting that guy, it was overall doing something I don't always do, seeing my friend again, making new acquaintances because she met a few of her friends, and just having a laugh, and then as the the tipping, how do you call that? The icing, the on the ice, the topping on. Okay, you know what I want to say. I don't have it right now. The icing on the top. That's it, right? The icing on the top was meeting that cute guy who looked like 28, but he was actually more around my age, which was very surprising because usually, yeah, they tend to be younger when they approach me. But long story short, it wasn't about, meeting him again. I didn't even bother. I'm like, dude, have fun in Tulum. See ya. Because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna waste my time getting to know someone who clearly is here for fun. But it was just a spark that brought so much aliveness in me. And even though I was so tired, I was really just joyous. And that energy, I think, is what life is all about. And I, for a long time, have said, like, heaven on earth is here. We just have to choose it. We have to really choose to be in that frequency. And now that I'm allowing myself to really play and do more art and be in that environment where the sparks can find me, it's taking my life over. And I am actually doing it more professionally now too, because this for me is leading up to hopefully a career where I actually get paid for doing this. And yeah, I'm very audacious to say that, but it's like that's my desire. Like that's why I'm showing up. It's because I want to get paid for being me. I just want to be paid for just effortlessly living life, and not in a, oh, this is not real. No, in a way of, well, you know what? For first half of my life, um, I really felt how, yeah, how it is to be human, and now I'm really open to really feel what we are truly made for. I call it the divine human. I wasn't even like prepared to share this, but I have this like my own vision of, we are not just human, we're divine too. And when you connect those two, we reach that like limitless bigness of who we are. I'm here to be the bigness of who I am. And for too long, I felt like I was kind of stuck in the smallness, in oh, let's be careful, and all the emotions that comes with being human. And now I'm like, no, this is a canvas, and I'm so ready to play and to go full in. And yeah, it's interesting for me to openly share that, but at the same time, I'm like, this is part of the journey, is to really, really be honest and very blunt about it. Why not? It is an experiment. Let's play, let's have fun, not just on, you know, the drawing board and creating something, but literally, I'm creating my life. I'm creating my life. We are all creating our lives. And I want to have that spark every day without holding on to it, without being like, oh, but that spark means this guy, or that spark means it needs to be a certain outcome. No, it's the energy. I love that energy. And yeah, today I really wanted to dedicate the episode about this spark, this beautiful spark, and that we get to choose it. And for you, if you want to have that spark, because sometimes it just comes, right, with that idea or with that beautiful connection that you have with someone else, and you feel that spark. And I'm saying right now very clearly, if you put yourself out there more, and if you are open to create more, that spark will find you more and more, and it will take over your life in the most delicious way possible. And I am going to invite you guys on that magical ride to do that with me, just by me sharing it and trying to put words into something that I don't even know if I can put the right words into it yet. But I'm like, I'm just gonna do it because I'm living it, and it's amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.